When we were growing up in Australia, my brother and I, or I'll just speak for myself, I developed this very arrogant point of view. I learned very quickly that I could manipulate men. I learned very quickly that I could get what I wanted. I was relatively intelligent and I could get away with not having to do a whole lot of work at school and still get really good grades. So I had this arrogance about me, and it was also just anger. I was just angry at the world. I was angry that we left South Africa. I was angry at my father that he let us go, even though it was the best possible thing at the time. I was angry at just everything, everyone, society. And so I took it out on anybody. And I had a terrible foul mouth and a very sharp tongue, and I would cut people down, and I really wasn't very, very nice. Or if I was, it was mostly to manipulate, or I really genuinely liked the person, but that didn't happen very often. I had a very small group of friends. And when I started going to church, I hadn't quite become a Christian yet, I had these inklings. I had these kind of little thoughts pop in my head, like, I shouldn't have said that, and I didn't mean that, or I want to take that back, and I shouldn't swear anymore, or that sounded ugly. I remember thinking that quite a few times, that something would come out of my mouth and I'd think, that sounds ugly. I don't like the sound of that. So slowly those things started falling away, and so my language started getting cleaner and my jokes started getting cleaner, and I found that I was laughing more and I was happier, and it's as if this light started just coming into my life and I was finding more joy, and I wasn't so bitter and I wasn't cutting people down, and it took quite a long time, and I'm still changing every day. The Bible says, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's exactly what's happened to me. My mind has actually been renewed, and I find that I can think with a broader perspective, more clearly. I can see things more clearly. I can experience things from a joyful point of view instead of being just angry and bitter at the world. And I find that I'm just happier in general. That doesn't mean bad stuff doesn't happen. Bad stuff, terrible, terrible things have happened in my life since I've given my heart. But the way that I see my future and the hope that I have helps me to just see things with more grace and love.